There's certainly lots to talk about in the political world this week, from Charlottesville and the aftermath, to North Korea, to Steve Bannon's departure from the White House. But I'm going to resist the temptation to get into any of those subjects for the moment, because last week you were all so kind in saying that you really enjoyed what we had to say about public speaking and the ability to be an effective communicator, thereby taking a significant step up the leadership ladder. And I do believe that the ability to be a powerful public speaker is the greatest opportunity for professional success, regardless of your career. I also believe that it's an art that can be learned and mastered by virtually anyone. Great speakers are not so much born as they are developed and made over a period of time through hard work and constant practice and repetition. And we said that the key to it is really overcoming the fear that's so natural to all of us, and remembering that you're not alone. It's not unique to you. Everybody has a little tinge of anxiety before they're going to speak in front of a crowd. And that making the audience your friend and knowing that they really are, they're on your side, they're rooting for you, is so vitally important to that. And taking the nervous energy, which is common to all of us, and turning it, making it an asset instead of a liability. And finally, we said that preparation overcomes anxiety. And so how do you prepare to make a truly great public presentation and a really wonderful and memorable speech? Well, it begins with that audience that really is on your side and knowing the audience. So before you're going to make a speech, do a little bit of audience analysis. Ask questions about who they are, their age, their gender, their education level, their demographics and earnings, etc., and find out what they want to hear, not so much what you want to tell them. And then take that information and use it to develop your presentation. You're there for a reason. You're an expert, or you have some particular point of view that's unique and interesting. And you can't tell an audience everything that you know in 20 minutes, or at least let's hope you don't. But take that opportunity to give them your best thought, the thing that you want them to remember, the one thing. You can supplement it with 2 or 3 subpoints, but what's the one thing that you really want them to take home, to remember and to repeat to their friends? That's the core message. And understanding your core message will make you a much more powerful presenter, because you'll stay on that message and not stray into the weeds. And if you can take that message and turn it into a theme, you've really arrived. We say that the memorable, repeatable phrase is the key to a truly great speech. Frank Luntz has often said that it's not what's said, but what's heard. We take that a step further and say it's not only what's said, but what's heard, remembered, and then repeated. And think about that. I have a dream. Ask not what your country can do for you. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Or even, I did not have sex with that woman, Ms. Lewinsky. The memorable, repeatable phrase. And then, when you frame that message, stay on it. There was a story about Judge Friendly and a young lawyer that came into his courtroom once and said, "Your Honor, in closing, I have 9 points I'd like to make." And Judge Friendly kindly leaned over the bench and said, "How about giving me your best one?" So what's your best one, and what is it thematically? When you've got that, you really are on the road to success. Use stories. Our Lord spoke in parables for a reason. People remember the stories and will take the point made by that story, remember it, and repeat it. Make it conversational. It's never a lecture, nor should it be. We speak today very differently than they did 40 or 50 years ago. Remember that when you're making a speech from the stage, because your audience is your friend and you're having a conversation with them. The 3 V's of public communication are important. Professor Morabian at UCLA a half a century ago said that 7%, the 7% solution, if you will, of public communication is verbal, what's actually said. The rest is visual and vocal, how it's said, as Dr. Luntz referred to a moment ago. So let me give you the first of the 3 V's, because I think that is the key to wrapping up that message and that one key point that you want to make. Use simple nouns. Many smart people want to use professional jargon and polysyllabic phrases because it makes them sound smart. But remember, your audience will see you as a lot smarter if you can take complex notions and reduce them to simple thoughts. Simple nouns. Action verbs. The passive voice, for whatever reason, is often used by people as a way of making them sound more intelligent. But really, when you think about it, the passive voice is best used by criminal defendants and politicians on the run. Most people like clear language, exciting language, and that's action verbs. Far better to say he punched him in the mouth than a blow was struck. And third, colorful adjectives, because they are the spice of any speech. Simple nouns, action verbs, colorful adjectives. That's the best way to start. That's the preparation of a truly great speech, and preparation overcomes anxiety. So we'll give you a little bit more, one more time, about being a powerful public speaker. But for today, that is the best 60-ish seconds of your week.